What's up, guys? This is your boy Spidey Reductions here, and today we had a brand new episode review of Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 2, A Distant Echo. So, in this episode, I just got done watching it, dude. This was better than the first episode. Jesus, like we got to see some Anakin in here. We got to see Rex work. Anakin and Rex worked with the Bad Batch in order to figure out where Echo's algorithm signal was from. And it was just so much we got in this episode. We got to see Anakin talk to Padme. We discover Padme is pregnant around this time, but I kind of felt like Anakin should have either been able to sense the fact she was pregnant or the fact that she kept holding her hands over her stomach. Like, he should have known at least, or should have asked about it, but he didn't. But I guess he was just preoccupied with other things. But I like that he asked advice of Padme about how to help Rex. And I think because of this, I think Rex knows about their relationship because he allowed him to go in there to do his recording. So I think he knows about the relationship. So I'm glad that Anakin did tell him, if that's the case. We got to see ObiWan just for a little bit. He didn't really get to do much, but we got to see him talk to Anakin, and he called him out, like, right there. He was like, I hope you told Padme I said hi. I was like, oh. So he just called him out right there. So I knew he suspected of their relationship throughout Clone Wars. If you watch Clone Wars, every single time there's a Padme issue, Obi-Wan always has his suspicions over Anakin's feelings. But he just basically called him out right there about it. So I was like, wow, okay. So I assume he already knows. Now, I don't know if Anakin thinks he knows. I think he probably knows, but I don't know for sure. But, yeah, man, we saw that. And then, we saw a new type of species and a new type of planet. I forgot what the planet was called. I think they said it was, I don't remember, but it was a new planet. Kind of had like dust storms, kind of like on Tatooine, but it had like yellow lightning shocking the ground. And then we got these new species of creatures riding these like pterodactyl creatures, and they were speaking in a language that was cool. And then if you look at that episode, Tech, who's one of the members of the Bad Batch, has this visor where if another species speaks to him, it translates what they're saying, and then he's able to speak the language. I think through his helmet, he's able to say what he's saying, but speak it in a different language, which is really cool. I like that they gave us like the language, for people who like to actually go and read the language of the Star Wars language for different aliens. They could actually read it and try to guess it out themselves, but it's really cool. I like it. Then we got to, like I said, we got more Anakin action in this episode. He helped with the Bad Batch break into the facility. There were points where I was like I said, I was worried when I first was watching the new season where Anakin in this season looks more like Hayden Christian in episode 3. But I was worried that his hair would just be too weird for CGI. Like when I first saw the first few trailers, his hair looked a little weird. Like I thought that was going to bother me throughout the whole series. Like his hair, just CGI effects just look weird. But honestly, it looks really crisp and good in this episode. Like I didn't see him in action last episode, so we couldn't tell. But this episode, his hair was on point. It was on point. There were times in the wind where his hair blew. You could tell it was like, like real hair, but also CGI. And then there were times like, when he was being dragged, his hair was blowing. So yeah, I'm glad how they did his hair effects in this. But we also got to see Wat Tambor, who was another member of the Separatist Alliance. You do see him in episode 2 and in episode 3. If you know what happens to him, spoilers, if you don't want to hear this, gloss over it. In episode 3, Wat Tambor is killed by Anakin when he goes over to the dark side, and he goes to Mustafar to wipe out the Separatist leaders. That's how Wat Tambor dies. So obviously that's crazy that they showed him there. But we also saw, another spoiler, like I said, dude, my boy Echo. They did Echo so bad. So if you remember what happened to Echo, Echo died during the Citadel mission where he was trying to get a secure access to the ship so they could escape. But the ship blew up and Echo supposedly died. But when they rumored Echo was alive in the last episode, they actually saw him, dude. Ugh. He had like mechanical stuff on his chest. He was missing his right arm. He was missing his legs. Like he had these machines strapped onto his brain and his back. Ugh. His nervous system was alive. Like, and you could hear him speak through the speaker on his chest, not through his actual voice. But then he actually was speaking through his voice, and he was alive. I was surprised he was alive. I thought he was dead, honestly. The way he looked, dude. Ugh. But man, it's crazy, dude. But they ended it with that. So I thought he was going to like kill him, or like, you know, he was going to tell him to kill himself or die. But it looks like this arc is still going on. So it's a 3-episode arc, 4-episode arc, maybe. Dude, so far this episode is great. Like, I loved it. We got to see Anakin try to look out for Rex. We get to see more of their relationship, how it is in this episode, which I like. We also got to see how they work with the Bad Batch, and Anakin in some cases can be a hypocrite sometimes, because he told Padme, he was like, "I'm worried that Rex is allowing his personal feelings to get in the way of the mission," and she's like, "I wonder where he learned that from. Like, he's your captain. Of course he learns it from you. You always let your personal feelings get in the way during certain missions. The slavery arc, the one when R2 got kidnapped. There were other arcs where he let his emotions. Oh, when Ahsoka was in trouble during the Geonosis arc, he lets his emotions get in the way all the time. And it's not always a bad thing, but sometimes he can get carried away too. But that's all I wanted to say about this episode, dude. It was really good. It was amazing. The music score, the graphics, the animation, the combat, everything. It was so good. If you guys enjoyed this this spoiler review, actually, if you guys enjoy this spoiler review, let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you guys want me to do more reviews. I probably will just do them anyway, since I can't post episodes, and I want to post more Star Wars stuff as much as I can. But yeah, I guess I'll see y'all eventually. Peace.